Welcome to the Soulful Sound Podcast. I'm your host, Simone Niles, and I hope you enjoy today's Soulful Sound Coaching. In today's Soulful Sound Coaching episode, I talk about being authentic, and it starts with being true to you. Now, the world is full of ideas and influences, information, and countless ways to create the life or business of your dreams. Now, one of the things that I know through my many years of teaching and coaching is that people don't get you unless you get yourself. In the world of expressing your gifts through a business or cause, it's hard sometimes to see through the fanfare and the circus of options around us. And so we sometimes find ourselves buried beneath the status quo, and anything that we dare to explore outside of these walls is often considered taboo. Well, it's time to get real. And the hard part of getting real is being courageous enough to be different, to venture outside of your comfort zone, and to care less about what others think. Now, why am I telling you this? Because to express yourself authentically, you must first be real with yourself about what you want and be willing to not see things as black and white, but instead with vibrant colors shining with possibility. Okay, but let's be honest. This can be a big ask for some, right? Now, let me ask you this. Would you be willing to step into greatness if you knew how and had help? Well, I know, society has made us this way. We were taught that work and play are two separate things. How many times have we heard, finish your homework, then you can go out to play, or be serious at work and then play on the weekends, or some other version of this? This conditioning goes deep. We had numerous messages from our influencers, whether there were parents or teachers, religious leaders, and so on, about the order in which things were supposed to unfold. Something along the lines of, get your education and get a job, get married, buy a house, have kids. Well, boy, did I get that wrong. And the thing is, we need to stop blaming society now because we are society. We need to take responsibility and change the cycle so that we create a society that is more about expressing our authentic selves. And it's time to get real. Who are you really, and what do you really want? Big questions, I know. But if you had the answers, even if just quietly to yourself, what would the answer be? By asking quality questions, you're a step closer to truth and subsequently closer to being real. And if you could show up to the world without caring so much about what others think and without fear of being judged, how would you show up? Would you be quirky and creative? Would you be bold in sharing your ideas? Maybe you'd be quiet and live off the grid. The thing is, we don't know how long we have on this planet, and so we owe it to ourselves to make the experience count. Take a moment now and ask yourself, if there is just one thing that I would change in my life right now that would allow me to be more connected with myself and what I truly, truly want, what would that one thing be? I'll repeat that. If there's just one thing that I could change in my life right now that would allow me to be more connected with myself and what I truly, truly want, what would that one thing be? And now take a moment to listen. What is your heart saying to you? Here are some of the answers that have come up from many of my clients over the years. If there's one thing that I would change in my life right now that would allow me to be more connected with myself and what I truly want, it would be to create more time for myself so that I could just let go and be. Maybe go on a retreat, walk in nature, that kind of thing. Someone else says, I would say no more often because I'm a people pleaser and I say yes a lot, even when I don't want to do something and then regret it later on. So I want to be able to say no when it's needed and be strong in my decision. And a third person said, I'd play more. I'm a playful person, but sometimes I forget how to play in the busy world we live in between work and family and everything else. When I'm really connected to myself, I play. So what about you listening? What one thing would you change in your life right now that would allow you to be more connected with yourself and what you truly want? Is it a change of environment? A change in behavior, perhaps? What might you need to let go of? And what might you need to add or to do more of that would make you feel more you? These questions allow you to open a dialogue with a deep knowing inside of you. And in doing so, you then create an opportunity for a deeper connection with yourself. Remember that when you are being and doing more authentically, you positively impact your relationships, and this ripples out into the world. We sometimes spend more time getting to know others than getting to know ourselves, when in truth, the more we know ourselves, the better we can know others. So let's reverse that dynamic. Let's get more in touch with ourselves. And understand that authenticity is not a destination. It is like a revolving door that opens up between you and the outside world. You've got to keep going back in so that you can come out and express what's really there. And what's really there will evolve as long as you live, breathe, and exist on this planet, because we are here to grow. We're not static. We are part of a growing evolution of energy and vibration. So keep going through the door and practice showing up to the world. Show them what's on the inside. And let's do it all together. Let's, gift each other with the space to get real and support each other on our journeys back to ourselves so that we can create a ripple effect out into the world, which promotes our uniqueness and allows us to be more authentic in business and life in general. It starts with being courageous enough to be different, to venture outside of your comfort zone, and to care less about what others think. Go on, I dare you, get real. So that's about wraps up today's episode. Drop a question or comment and let's keep the conversation going. Let me know some of the steps that you feel you need to take in order to really come back to a place of connecting with who you really are. What's inside that revolving door that you want to express out into the world? What if you cared less about what others think? Drop a comment or just, drop a question. Equally happy to answer that, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to share it with your friends and remember to subscribe. From my heart to yours, sending you love, healing, and sound wherever you are.